The following is a presentation of the Austin Reed Network.
Now streaming for free on Roku or Amazon Fire TV.
From Fresno to the Oregon State Capitol and everywhere in between. With Austin Reed, this is the Reed Report.
And just like that, the show begins. Happy June, everybody, as we are looking at a picture. This is in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Beautiful shot thanks to EarthCam. I'm Austin Reed. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Austin Reed On Air. You hang out with the Reed Report every single Friday at 8 a.m. on KMSG TV, My 53 in the Central Valley. Plus, we air up in the Northwest on KWVT, Channel 17, Fridays at 11:30 p.m. with a replay on Saturday at 8:30 a.m. And we stream anytime on the Austin Reed Network on both Roku and Amazon Fire TV. We've got a packed show ahead for you today. Here's what's coming up on this week's episode of The Reed Report. Lisa Autry is back. She has our Women in Business feature. This week, her guest is Sarah Ramsey. Plus, Jeremiah Stroop checks in from yourweekendrundown.com. He'll tell you what's happening in the Northwest this weekend. Also, our Brady Lane goes one-on-one with a local realtor to see how the housing market is going into the summer months. But first, as we always do, let's get to your headlines. Here's what's happening. Our big story, the Amber Heard-Johnny Depp trial. It's finally over. Access Hollywood has a look back at this famous trial.
Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
Amber Heard has been found liable for defamation in her and Johnny Depp's trial. A Virginia jury sided with the Pirates of the Caribbean star on Wednesday, finding that his ex-wife had defamed him with her 2018 op-ed in the Washington Post. The Sweeney Todd actor was awarded $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitory damages. The jury also awarded Heard $2 million in compensatory damages after finding that one of Depp's former attorneys, Adam Waldman's 3 statements to the Daily Mail, was defamatory.
As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $10 million. As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $5 million.
The Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald star was not present at the Fairfax County, Virginia courthouse for the verdict. A source told People magazine that the actor couldn't be there due to previously scheduled work commitments made before the trial, but would be watching from the UK. Following the verdict, Depp's team issued a lengthy statement to NBC News that reads in part, "I am and have been overwhelmed by the outpouring of love and the colossal support and kindness from around the world. I hope that my quest to have the truth be told will have helped others, men or women, who have found themselves in my situation, and that those supporting them never give up. I also hope that the position will now return to innocent until proven guilty, both within the courts and in the media. I wish to acknowledge the noble work of the judge, the jurors, the court staff, and the sheriffs who have sacrificed their own time to get to this point. And to my diligent and unwavering legal team who did an extraordinary job in helping me to share the truth. The best is yet to come, and a new chapter has finally begun. Veritas numquam perit, truth never perishes." After the deliberations, Amber Heard, who is in the court for the verdict, and her team issued a statement to Access Hollywood that reads, "The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband. I'm even more disappointed with what this verdict means for other women. It is a setback. It sets back the clock to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. It sets back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. I believe Johnny's attorney succeeded in getting the jury to overlook the key issue of freedom of speech and ignore evidence that was so conclusive that we won in the UK. I'm sad I lost this case, but I'm sadder still that I seem to have lost a right I thought I had as an American to speak freely and openly."
I gotta say, I was a little bit surprised that Amber walked away with some money. Quick reminder, you can watch Access Hollywood weekday afternoons on My TV 53 in Fresno. Other stories that are trending, the Department of Education announcing this week it will cancel $5.8 billion in student loan debt for 560,000 borrowers who attended the now defunct network of for-profit schools known as Corinthian colleges. The cancellation amounts to the largest one-time discharge ever made by the Department of Education. That's according to CNN. We're going to head to Los Angeles now. This is mind-blowing. A Los Angeles gas station was charging, get this, more than $8 a gallon for regular gas as fuel prices are soaring to record highs across the country ahead of the start of summer. The Chevron station in downtown LA charging a whopping $8.59 for regular. Over $186 more than the statewide average in California. Prices were $8.79 for Plus, $8.98 for Supreme, and a wallet-busting $9.19 for diesel. Wow. We're going to head to Oregon now for our viewers on Valley 17. A couple stories that are trending for you. Summer is one of the busiest times of the year for the DMV. But offices are experiencing staff shortages across the state. That's according to KPTV Fox 12. The Oregon DMV told Fox 12 they are 20% understaffed, the largest employment deficit they have ever seen. DMV employees see about 50,000 Oregonians weekly via more than 60 offices across the state. The DMV even had to reduce hours at 10 of those 60 field offices and temporarily close 6. And finally, more than 30,000 Oregonians, listen up, if you buy health insurance for yourself or through a small group plan, you're likely to see a big spike in premiums starting next year. The Salem Reporter says the health insurance companies that offer plans on the individual marketplace and those that offer group plans are seeking average rate increases approaching 7%. That's according to the State Department of Consumer and Business Services. We're going to stay in Oregon now. Time to check in with our Jeremiah Stroop. He has what's trending from yourweekendrundown.com.
If you're ready to set off summer 2022 in style, you've come to the right place. We've got a lineup of exciting events and activities you won't want to miss. Let's get started. As the sun returns to the Pacific Northwest and all kinds of awesome activities pop off up and down the West Coast, we've got a lineup of unique local events we know you're going to want to check out. And you can know that your dollars are making a difference close to home while having a great time. I'm Jeremiah Stroop, and this is your Weekend Rundown. Let's get into it. The Portland Rose Festival is in full effect through June 12th. Let's see what you can get into.
Rose Festival's waterfront activities will take place at beautiful Governor Tom McCall Waterfront Park in downtown Portland. From the amusement-style city fair to the Starlight Parade, there's so much to see, taste, and experience this year. The Rose Festival kicks off Memorial Day weekend with activities happening all the way through June 12th. Visit their website to learn more.
Check out this tasty Taco Tuesday event.
We all know Taco Tuesday is one of the tastiest days of the week, and with half-off tacos at Leafy's Taqueria, it's the place to be for anyone who loves quality, authentic, delicious Mexican food. Now things are heating up this summer with the Taco Challenge we know you'll want to sink your teeth into. Inspired by world-traveling, Asian-American foodie and competitive eater, Reina Huang, whose videos have received over 128 million views on YouTube, with nearly 5 million people following her on social media. On June 7th at 6 p.m., Reina will go live from Leafy's Taqueria and kick off the Summer 2022 Taco Tuesday Challenge by eating a platter of 40 tacos weighing 4 pounds. Don't worry, she's not new to mega meals, as she's known for eating an entire 50 by 50 In-N-Out burger in one sitting and also the entire menu of Panda Express. Not sure you can battle and beat the ravenous Reina? Don't worry. You can join the fun and win some great prizes this summer, and you won't have to eat nearly as much. But with dozens of tasty options from this fresh food truck in Tigard, Oregon, you just might be inspired to try. Head to their website for all the details, and we'll see you Taco Tuesday at Leafy's Taqueria.
Located around the Salem, Oregon area, check out this great event.
Ready to say wow this weekend? Head to POW. Pro Wrestling presents Break It Down. It's happening on Sunday, June 5th at 4:30 p.m. at the Kroc Center in Salem, Oregon. with an impressive lineup of wrestlers and tickets starting at just $15. Check out some of these other great events coming soon for summer 2022.
Well, now you're set to explore some awesome events as we step into summer 2022. Of course, there's so much more to see, taste, and experience, so head over to our website, yourweekendrundown.com, and be sure to subscribe and follow us on our social accounts for instant updates and the chance to be added to a VIP guest list for some unique local events in a city near you. And we'll be back next week, broadcasting locally and streaming globally, and I'll see you then. I'm Jeremiah Stroop, and remember, it's your weekend. You might as well run it.
Jeremiah, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. The Read Report is just getting started. Here's what's coming up next. Lisa Autry with our Women in Business feature. You're watching The Read Report. We'll be right back. Mike Briggs did it before. Mike Briggs will do it again.
I started the first ever foot and bicycle patrols in the tower. That was my thing. I got that going.
He will bring them back. Councilman Mike Briggs got the first police helicopter for Fresno, eliminating high-speed chases. Yeah. Councilman Mike Briggs oversaw the largest growth in the police department. Bringing Mike Briggs back to the city council will bring safety back to our community.
This is Mike Briggs. I will make Fresno safer. I approve of this ad.
The Read Report is brought to you by Jack Scow's Fitness Solutions. Give Jack a call today for the best personal training in the Central Valley. Call Jack at 559-905-0933. Jack Scow's Fitness Solutions.
This is a family-owned business, and here we treat the patients like we treat our families.
Just to show you, we keep everything on hand. We have a lot of samples of the people's cast that we store, so we don't have to repeat you through the whole process. In this room, we tend to cast the patients. So these are just samples of the prosthetics and orthotics and their cast as we do the work on them. In this room, we have a variety of shoes for our patients. So we're able to do a lot of stuff in-house. We have our lab here where we, once we get the cast of the patient, we're able to make test sockets. And then the last room, just to show, is that we stock material as needed. We are located at 6137 North Vesta Street, suite number 101B, Fresno, California. Even if we have to make sometimes house calls, we will go locally in Fresno and Clovis to patients that have ride difficulties, and we'll go see them at their house.
Welcome back to Women in Business. I'm your host, Lisa Autry. Today's segment is brought to you by Malicious Women Co., featuring sassy products for sassy ladies. Head on over to maliciouswomenco.com/discount/WIB15 for 15% off your first purchase. I'm really excited to welcome today's guest. She is a professional problem solver and relationship specialist and author of Becoming Toxic Person Proof. Welcome, Sarah K. Ramsey.
Hi, Lisa. We got two sassy ladies right here. Perfect product sponsor.
Right. It's like it just fits. And I attract sassy ladies into my life, so it's perfect. So I'm really excited. We've talked a couple of times. We've shared each other's books because her book is absolutely amazing. You guys are going to find out a little bit about it today. But Sarah, can you first tell us who you are and how you got started in the entrepreneurial world and becoming an author?
Absolutely. So you've probably had a lot of famous people on your show, but I am the world's biggest people pleaser, or used to be. And it was as if I really had like a permission slip. And when I would go around to people in my life and I needed to make a decision or solve a problem, it was as if I had to have everyone sign off for it to be okay. And that went okay for a while. I had some pretty good people in my life. It went okay for a while. And then I thought about getting a divorce. It was very tricky. And so what do people do when they have to make a really tough decision? They complain, they talk about their problems, they overanalyze, they get stuck in analysis paralysis. And I forgot that indecision was a decision. And my hair started falling out. I was gaining weight, losing weight. My body was falling apart. And eventually I was driving several friends. I was doing no drugs, no alcohol, anything like that, driving several friends and blacked out while driving. And my friend had to grab the wheel. It was absolutely terrifying. And that was as close to rock bottom as I wanted to go. Luckily, no one was hurt, but it was obviously already terrible. And it could have gone so much worse if I'd been alone in the car. And so that was my rock bottom moment, to know that I needed a framework for getting healthy relationships in my life, for getting a framework for how to make a decision, how to overcome indecision, and a framework for really making decisions and getting over people pleasing. I had to learn how to sign my own permission slip.
I love how you use the term permission slip, right? It's like I have to take accountability for my own thoughts. And it's so hard because our society is really developed as far as like, you want to please people, you want to make people happy, you know, in the entrepreneurial world, personal world, everything. And I'm so sorry that happened, everything. What did that drive you to do to go through these obstacles, to make these changes?
So the name of my business is Bounce Back Better. And I just wanted to help people overcome. And I didn't want the worst thing that ever happened to someone to become the most interesting thing. You know, even in this conversation around survivors and trauma and that kind of stuff, I absolutely went through those things. But I didn't want to wear my pain on my t-shirt. Mm-hmm. Right? I didn't want that to be the biggest thing that ever happened to me. It was the worst things that have ever happened to me. And as an entrepreneur, I knew there were women out there who were ready to get past their past, get real about their present, get serious about the future, and wanted solutions that didn't involve just talking about their problems, but truly solving their problems, truly building that amazing life of learning to sign their own permission slips, just like me, and move forward faster.
I love that. And you know, you're a professional problem solver, and I love that, right? Because so many people are dreamers, right? But you really want to work with someone that's a doer. You want to work with someone that will help you follow through with things. So how do you seek balance? Because you're a mom, you're an entrepreneur, you're an author, almost two-time author. How do you seek balance in it all?
This is my favorite question. I'm so glad you asked, because I had to learn to balance a time period such as a week versus balancing a day. Mm-hmm. And if I'm trying to keep a day balanced, today I didn't exercise. Yesterday I woke up at 5 and exercised. Mm-hmm. Today my son came home from school and he may have broken his foot, right? I had to cancel some things, right? That's just part of it. And if I'm only thinking, today is what happened, I will always feel like a failure. But if I broaden it, did I meet my goals this week? And now I've even broadened it to a year. Over the course of a year, am I kicking butt in business? Am I kicking butt as a mom? Am I kicking butt as a wife? Am I kicking butt as a person? And thinking about different seasons, just as we're going into summer. We talked a little bit about May being maybe not so great for moms.
It's true.
Right? But just that season of chaos a little bit and trying to manage all that. It doesn't mean that's the only season. And so when I think about balancing different seasons, I can get it all done.
Yes.
I just didn't get it all done in one day.
I love that. And you know, we as women and mothers, we look so much into the minutia of today, right? Today. And then all of a sudden those days become weeks, become years, and all of a sudden we feel like, what have we accomplished? Instead of, like you said, looking at the big picture, what are we looking at long term? You know, I tell all my clients, it's 85%, you know, success and then 15% chaos management. You know, it's like, where can I handle the chaos in my life to still succeed and not let it bog me down? So I love it. I love it, Sarah. Where are you headed next? Number one, where can we find you and how can you help others?
So my first book is called Becoming Toxic Person Proof. You can kind of see my ring light there. Get behind the scenes look. And the really important piece of this is the the subtitle, right? Because sometimes people get really into the toxic person proof. My subtitle is Clear the Confusion and Learn to Trust Yourself. And that's where it comes into being a professional problem solver. Like, how can I get you to trust your own decisions, to trust what you're seeing, trust what you're hearing, just trust your ability to solve problems. And so my next book is called Problem Solved: Simple Habits for Complex Decisions, and it comes out in September 2022. And super passionate. Again, it's all very tied in. Indecision nearly cost me either my life or someone else's. Right?
No,
there were huge changes I needed to make to get here. That involves making decisions. That involves trusting yourself. That involves solving problems. So it's all intertwined, right?
Yes.
Even though I do love some of the most complicated problems, which are toxic people problems. I won't say I love them.
Yes.
I say I love helping people develop solutions to them, because that feels so empowering. And so much of the conversation around toxic people is just, yeah, they're terrible, stay away. And it's like, that's not really much of a reality in today's life, right? So how do we figure out creative solutions to still have our goals met without bumping into so many problems?
I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, I cannot wait to have you back. You are already scheduled for September, so we can talk about the next book, and it's all about problem solving. I absolutely love that. And congrats, and we cannot wait to see where you go, Sarah. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, this is Women in Business. Until next time, I'm your host, Lisa Autry.
Mike Briggs did it before. Mike Briggs will do it again.
I started the first ever foot and bicycle patrols in the tower. That was my thing. I got that going.
He will bring them back. Councilman Mike Briggs got the first police helicopter for Fresno, eliminating high-speed chases. Yeah. Councilman Mike Briggs oversaw the largest growth in the police department. Bringing Mike Briggs back to the city council will bring safety back to our community.
This is Mike Briggs. I will make Fresno safer. I approve of this ad.
Hi, I'm Lonnie Van Baum, a physician assistant here at Baum 5-Star Healthcare. At Baum 5-Star Healthcare, we offer a little bit of everything. We are urgent care, primary care, we do workman's comp and aesthetics, Botox, fillers, and we offer weight loss programs too. Baum 5-Star Healthcare is located in Hanford, California. Our address is 560 West Grangeville Boulevard. Hours of operations Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 to noon. Come to Baum 5-Star Healthcare. Yeah!
It's no secret how hot the real estate market is in the Northwest. So that's why finding a real estate agent you can trust is now more important than ever. Brad Wolf and his team at Atlas North Real Estate Group work tirelessly for their clients. These are pictures of just some of the beautiful homes Atlas North have either helped purchase, sell, or refinance. They consistently rank in the top 1% of realtors in the Portland area. John F. said Brad and his team are extremely knowledgeable of the Oregon housing market. Nikki says Brad helped us get our dream home in a very competitive market and in a competitive price range.
My name is Brad Wolf, and I am with the Atlas North Real Estate.
I'm your host, Brady Lane, and you can follow me at BradyLane_VO on Instagram. And today we have Lindsay Valle, our realtor here. Hi. And so tell us about the sort of updates that have been like just occurring in the market of realty.
So pretty much it has just been a whirlwind per predicted in the real estate market world. As we know, rates are unfortunately continuing to rise along a little bit with house prices as per predicted as well. But yeah, so we just have to anticipate that coming in our future.
Yeah, and speaking of the future, this summer, what advice would you give to people who are looking to buy or sell a house this summer?
Yeah. Well, definitely, when buying and or selling a house, the best advice I could give is you have to do it for you. If it's right for you in your heart, your financial statement, your all of the above, because definitely real estate is something that is always a good investment, needless to say. So the timing just has to be right with you. Because even though the prices might tend to visually look a little bit higher than what we would like or hope that they were, no matter what, real estate will always pay off in the long run, because it will maybe be high now, but you're always going to gain from it.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
With each step in the future, you'll always get more gain.
Right, yeah.
That's good, for sure. Great. And where can people contact you and find more information about you and your business?
Sure, yeah. So I have an Instagram. It's Lindsay Realty Concepts 1. And then you can also get me at my website at lindsayvalle.realtyconcepts.com. And you can also email me at lindsay@realtyconcepts.com.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, nice and consistent with
yeah,
for sure.
I'm all pretty hard to forget.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for coming in, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Great.
All right, Brady, thank you very much. Hey, quick reminder, in California, the June primary election is going to be happening on Tuesday, June 7th. So make sure you fill out your ballots, get it in the mail. Well, actually, it's probably too late to send it in the mail. You got to drop it off at one of the vote centers across the valley. So again, get your vote in June 7th. That's going to do it for this week's episode of The Reed Report. I'm Austin Reed. From all of us here, have a great upcoming weekend, and we'll catch you next week. Bye-bye. Mike Briggs did it before. Mike Briggs will do it again.
I started the first ever foot and bicycle patrols in the tower. That was
Really?
my thing. I got that going.
He will bring them back. Councilman Mike Briggs got the first police helicopter for Fresno, eliminating high-speed chases. Yeah. Councilman Mike Briggs oversaw the largest growth in the police department. Bringing Mike Briggs back to the city council will bring safety back to our community.
This is Mike Briggs. I will make Fresno safer. I approve of this ad.
The Reed Report is brought to you by Jack Scow's Fitness Solutions. Give Jack a call today for the best personal training in the Central Valley. Call Jack at 559-905-0933. Jack Scow's Fitness Solutions.
This is a family-owned business, and here we treat the patients like we treat our families.
Just to show you, we keep everything on hand. We have a lot of samples of the people's cast that we store, so we don't have to repeat you through the whole process. In this room, we tend to cast the patients. So these are just samples of the prosthetics and orthotics and their cast as we do the work on them. In this room, we have a variety of shoes for our patients. So we're able to do a lot of stuff in-house. We have our lab here where we, once we get the cast of the patient, we're able to make test sockets. And then the last room, just to show, is that we stock material as needed. We are located at 6137 North Vesta Street, suite number 101B, Fresno, California. Even if we have to make sometimes house calls, we will go locally.